Okay guys, what you've got today, I just want to show you the D25 with our latest innovation fitted, which is the MK24 Outrigger system, which will replace, or has replaced, our old stalwart Outrigger system. Now this chassis has got the Outrigger at the rear and front fitted. The old system, we couldn't fit the Outrigger to the rear, so it simply works on extending arms which are on the front and the rear, which I'm basically going to set to 45 degrees. Extend the foot plate. And get an idea of what we're talking about here. Now, because I'm got a double brace system, you can imagine how rock solid that's going to be. We can lower these arms. Once I've got this fitted, I'm going to lower this leg down, so this acts as a step to help me on the platform. Right, so what we've got to do now is fit the leg to the first brace and the second one. Lower the leg down, fix it in place. Same with this one. So lower the brace to a convenient position. Beauty is I'm not having to cart a long outrigger system. And this, in essence, because I knew I was going to be doing this today, I've just fitted the arms and they will fold away when I'm finished. And to show you how this is clipping in, you can see here that is simply going to where the inner leg would have been. I've removed the inner legs, I don't need them fitted, so that saves me weight. And because the whole thing only weighs 11.9 kilos, it's going to be dead easy for me to get that into the water. As you can appreciate, this was steel, and I already know, because of this setup, because of the way everything is angled, you can see there, once I've got that all tightened up, that's low as I want it. That is as strong as any steel platform. Now, this is the problem I've had to solve today. I'm at the bottom of the mill pool. To get to the mill pool, I've actually got to walk up the river, look, get through that gap and wade with my platform. But you can see there, it's like a spider. Because all of the angles are at 45 degrees, I'm cutting out forward movement and lateral movement. And because this only weighs 11.9 kilograms, I can push that out, get it set up, come back, get the drawers and the side table, and I've got a platform to fish a mill pool that I cannot fish from any other way of doing it. Unless I'm just going to stand there all day with an apron on, which is the way we did it the holidays. So all I'll do now is I'll get my chest waders on and we'll get set up in the river. Get everything to the bank. Right, so the next thing I need to get out is the platform. This didn't come above my chest. These legs will go to 5 feet, which means I know, without a shadow of doubt, and these steps, I'll be using these to help me get on the box. So, tip it up, off we go. Now, because this only weighs 11.9 kilos, this is not a difficult job. If this platform was weighing 20 kilos, I might think twice. Just straighten that camera up. Think twice about doing this sort of fishing. But all I've got today is a stick float rod and 4 pints of maggots. I have no idea what I'm going to catch. But you've got to say, taking a different route here, I get the impression if I put it, so what I'm doing now is stand the legs now. Doesn't matter if my foot plate's under the water. I actually like that sometimes. It means I'm closer to the fish. I'm not going to be disturbed here, am I? Hmm? Right. So I can even lower it down a bit more because I don't want it. I want the foot plate just under the water. So we'll see where we go first. Perfect. So I can tighten that up onto the back end. And then for fine tuning, I can actually just undo these braces, look. And that's perfect. Okay. What I can do now is go and get my draw system, put that on, and as you can see, it's sitting nicely in the mill pool. Each leg's double braced. Right. This. Keep it on there. And of course, as you start to add weight on, you increase the stability even more. Right, so that's the drawers on. And now it's a seat box, not a platform. Just double check all the bolts. Right. Keeping it, just keep that frame out. Pull that through, and there we go. Landing it in there, so that's going nowhere. Make sure the legs on the deck. Right. Take this little post out here, this little arm. Right, so ready to go. So that's what I was talking about. Now I want this to be slightly lower to help me get onto the foot plate. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lower my foot plate leg. To do that I need to undo this bolt and this bolt and this bolt. I could now lower that, because what I'm giving myself is a step to help me get onto the I don't know if you can see that under the water. That is where I'm going to get onto the box. I'll tighten it. reason where the clamps on the D25, you know, are great, because I can trust them to stand on a single adapter. So, as you can appreciate, without that step, I'd have struggled to get up on the box. So I'm up. Right. Yeah. Well, this is nice fishing, isn't it? Eh? And that is a chub again, but I did a slightly better one. So putting the feed in, hopefully we'll attract something a little better. Yeah, don't off scrap for little fish. They're not a bad stamp, are they? Worth catching. Made possible because of the platform we've set up. And I could have set up on the swim and fish from the bank, and I would have fished all day and I would have struggled to catch a fish. So let's just keep the food going in and hope we'll get something bigger picking up the trail. So you could have even got away with a waggler here. There's just not really the flow for the stick float at all. What's that? Oh, little bleak. So minnow, bleak, chub. With the dace and the perch. Complete the set, I think. And a roach. Bound to get a roach. And I figured chub would be the dominant species. And certainly the king of the millpool. I can imagine there's a pool out there, look. So, anyone interested in the MK24 Outrigger, it's in the web shop now. I'll put a newsletter out just to let everyone know. Hopefully you found this video useful. It's easy to set up, much easier than the old one. if you know you're going to be using it, fit the inner legs, take the inner legs of your box out and have it set up already. That way all you've got to do is unfold the arms, put your legs in, and away you go. Let's try 3 maggots. We're going to do something a bit bigger. A bit smaller. So that way it goes, look. Absolutely heaving the fish. And I could have brought the whip down, but I just like to fish the stick float. And the thing is, if you get a decent fish on a rod and line, I think you've got a chance. To push it right over, and there's the same scamper fish out there as well. So there, trying to find where there's some flow. That's interesting. Just looked at where the current was going down, and I thought that's a nice little run under them trees. And there we go, look. There's the best fish of the session by far. So let's have another run down there. Tackle today, I'm using a Drennan Acolyte float rod, ultra 11 foot. It's perfect for waggler fishing or float fishing. It really, I mean, I was happy with every sort of 15 years, 20 years, I end up finding a rod that replaces a rod that I was in love with for years. I mean, I used to fish with a fiberglass rod in the 70s, and I love that. And then in 79, I bought my first carbon rod, and I thought it was absolutely heaven. You can imagine if I picked it up now, it'd probably feel like an iron bar. You see, there's certainly, you can just read the water of where they're going to be. Yeah, so we've been here 2 minutes, look, and that is just beautiful fishing. If I was going to set my platform up again, I'd actually set it up so my foot plate's right under the water, you know, so that I'm even lower. You know, my black frame is even lower to the water, and the reason for that is you don't even need to use a landing net. Right, so let's keep the maggots going in. The bites are coming so thick and fast. Got to put your rod down because there's so many little bleak in here. Right, so putting 3 maggots on to try and cut down the. Here's what I think: if we fish this with a bit of spam punched with a bread punch or a bit of bread flake, well, that just might turn spectacular. Fish in this mill pool, I know they go to £8 the chub. There's double figure barbel, there's carp to £30. It's just, you just don't know. Now most of those fish are only going to be feeding in the very early morning and the very late evening, because it's worked by otters, which obviously get to keep the pike down. So, yeah, so as I thought, fishing maggot, there's a huge amount of little things in here, which is good. Shows the river's healthy. Might stop and have a cup of coffee in a minute, or a cup of tea, I mean, not coffee. But trying to cut down on my intake of coffee and evaporated milk. My cholesterol levels are too high, apparently. Oh dear. Yeah, so we got masses of these. No doubt the chub feed on these as well. Right. See if there's anything right out there. I think that's where I want to be, where that Nice little run. Just goes. Ooh, now that was whatever pulled that. That wasn't a small fish. Now they're definitely there. Right, let's put some fresh maggot on there. So to recap, Outrigger MK24 has now replaced the D25 Outrigger, which is now no longer available. It's been removed from the shop. Advantages: you can leave it. If I know I'm going to fish out in the water like I did today, I removed all of the inner legs from a D25 and I've fitted the arms into the base of those legs and the braces onto those legs, and then folded them in, which meant when it packed into the car, it was just as compact as if the seat box had no outrigger at all fitted to it. And the advantage of that is, I think I'm going to try it where it's just taken it into that willow look. I think I've got a little arm. Oh dear. 4 maggots. And that, my friends, is a minnow. You wouldn't think it was possible. That was one hungry, greedy minnow. Right, so you can see there, I mean the float's going straight under, there'll be little stuff. Oh yeah, now we're in. See, if you just read a millpool, it's not massive, but it's just a better stamp of fish. Just as it's taken it into that reed bed, look. And that's a perch. Well, I would have sworn that was going to be a chub. Well, he nailed that one, didn't he? Right. So, same again. Typical perch, they take it all the way down. Look at that. Years gone by, you'd have probably killed that fish. So, some incredible ideas that people come up with. Yeah. I have to say though, I've been designing fishing tackle for 20 years, and I think the MK24 Outrigger is without doubt my most innovative, useful piece of gear I have designed to date. A seat box is a seat box is a seat box. It's only when you want to actually get it up on longer legs. Another angler wanting to do this would have to have a really top-notch platform. It would have to be steel. You're totally talking 360 quid, and then you're going, oh my lord, you hungry? Look, it just shows you how healthy the river is, though. Yeah, so the alternative, you're having a big heavy steel platform. Now you saw me walk this up the river. The platform with the legs fitted weighs 11.9 kilos. You are not going to get a steel platform with the legs fitted that's going to get anywhere near being under 20 kilos. Not with the legs that are the length needed for today. And not only that, you've got to fit it in your car. on top of your seat box. And once you've carried your platform to the place you're going to put it, you then got to go back and pick your whole seat box up, which again, I'm just picking a pair of drawers up. So yeah, I was very happy with the outrigger, and I know a lot of anglers use the outrigger and are really over the moon with it. But this one, no, it's quicker to set up. I can fit it in the rear. It's actually more stable because I'm able to set the legs at angles, which means I'm cutting out forward movement and lateral movement equally. Yeah, they're down there. Just got to get through the little stuff. Oh, it's come off. Yeah, they're down there, the little suckers. Yeah, hindsight's always a wonderful thing. Don't think maggot was necessarily the best bait to work with, but there we go. The good thing is a maggot, it gives you a good guide of what is in the river. I'll just check if I've got a lighter stick float. I mean, it's lovely fishing, isn't it? I mean, good Lord. On your doorstep. And we've got a roach. Yeah. So, just lovely fishing. Yeah, absolutely spectacular. So I look forward to your feedback, and it's available if you've got legs from a previous outrigger or something, you know, and want to bite without the legs, you can do. Yeah. Or if you've got the outrigger, you can continue using that and just have this to fit in the back. You know, Christmas isn't that far away. I say October for the D36 anglers. I do apologise, it's going to take a bit longer. You have to say to yourself, now we've got this system, is it worth getting a D36? Because the D25 leg clamps are rock solid. A lot of anglers in the past, I believe, used to get D36s because the D25 leg clamps of the other competition were just appalling. What I'm trying to find out here now is if there's any particular spot where I can get through the small stuff. I suspect not. So let's go more mid-flow and see what's coming back. No, just a small. So it doesn't matter where we go, the millpool. And I'll tell you why they're all here. The water, look, we've had some baking hot weather lately. Look at the oxygen going into this millpool. That's good for all the wildlife, larvae that the small fish need, and the small fish become. Yeah, so I think we put the Right, now let's go a bit more. So we've definitely got that amount of depth there, I know we have. Well, that's the second roach. Well, no, it's only hooked in the lip, but my fingers just can't get a grip of the hook. Lovely stick float fishing. The beauty for me is this is a place I used to fish as a little kid, and there's nothing more magical than revisiting somewhere you used to fish as a little kid. Really, with a system that's just as basic as back then, where I didn't own a feeder rod. I never fished the feeder. The only method I fished was waggler or stick. And that really came down to conditions on the day. If it was windy, I fished the waggler. And if it was right, so we're coming back, look. And rod tip, look. Right, so I know where I'm fishing. Let's try up there. So we're catching perch because I've gone a little over depth. Right. What I'm looking for here is where the most flow is. Now out in front of me I haven't got much flow at all, and off to my side it's actually going left to right. So you just got to keep hammering it through to pull the slightly better fish out. But I mean, this is lovely fishing, isn't it? Really is. And the beauty is I've got my tea here, I've got my coffee, I've got my tea, I've got my biscuits, got my sandwiches, beautiful location. We're getting into the evening. You can't beat it, can you? I think if we just put them there, the bait. I think that's where the money is. Yeah. Blue maggots, or turquoise green. I know when I said mixed, I wasn't expecting them. Good Lord. There was a time you had a choice of white or bronze, and everyone fished with bronze. Chrysidine dye, and then of course we found out it was a carcinogenic, so we wanted to start using turmeric. Still the same effect though, you're finished up with orange fingers. Another turquoise maggot. What can we... So, I think it's time to say bye from North Norfolk. Hope you've enjoyed the video. I've certainly enjoyed the fishing. I've enjoyed my coffee and my sandwiches. What a perfect place to have a breakfast. And till the next video, tight lines. So, just got to keep